Hi everyone, thanks for coming through to this video. Today we are going to draw this snowy street with Santa Claus flying through the sky. So we're going to have a go at this. It goes through 5 different steps. The first step will be just drawing in the side of houses. The second step will be drawing in the street and the snow. Number 3 is filling in the detail of the buildings and the cars and the trees. Number 4 is snow, and number 5 is the giant moon and Santa Claus flying through the sky, and then finally we go over it, the whole thing, with liner pen. Okay, so I do have some outline already on my sheet, just because when I'm trying to focus on teaching you, talking to you, fiddling with the equipment, putting up the right picture, it can get a bit of a muddle. So I've got a bit of a line to help guide me. So the first one, we're going to start as though it's quite high up on our design. I'm having to draw it over my holes. I have holed it because it's going to go in my sketchbook, which is like this, and it's punched holes. This is actually, can you see the thickness there? That's already just the last 2 months worth of work that we've done together on my channel. So I'm going to come in and we're going to start with a V shape like that for the roof. It's kind of wonky V. One's longer, one side's longer than the other. Then we're literally just going to join them. This is one of the higher difficulty levels. My sheets that these step-by-step tutorials come from, you can get them downloadable if you become a member for £2.99 a month. That's in UK pounds. So yeah, they're downloadable, or you can buy the book from Amazon. The link's below. Yeah, so we've done quite a few of them now. We're working our way. So I've been doing this channel for a few months. I did start it like a couple of years ago, and I've added one video here and there. Sorry, I'm going ahead and drawing in the detail that we shouldn't do yet. So we're just drawing in the edges of the buildings. Slow down, Tash. That's what I tend to do, see, because I know what's coming. I've got to focus on what's actually on there that you can see on your first go. Okay, so we've started the beginning of that house. Then we're going to come out and draw this house kind of poking around there. Again, we're going in the same direction, it's just further along. So just think that direction, further along. All right, and then the same here for this house. Come out straight, then out. All right. Then this one's just got like a little roof. You can't see much more than that. So we'll come down. Now, what we've got to remember is we're going into the distance. I'm just going to draw that faint line in so we know that the houses are not going to come down straight. They are going into the distance. So they need to be drawn shorter and shorter as we go back into the distance. Okay? So that's pretty much it. So there is a building further back there. I'm going to sharpen my pencil for this, and I recommend you have a really sharp pencil as well, because when we're going into the distance, it's getting smaller, much, much smaller, and the detail becomes much, much smaller. There's 3 little turrets on top of that roof, like that, and you can only just about get them in with a sharp pencil. Can you see? When the lights, you need the light on to see me, but then it's difficult to see the detail because it's shining directly on it. So I just tilt it up, you can see. Okay, and then lower down, just slightly lower down next to that, I think we might have a cat coming to visit us. I'm just warning you. There's one prowling around over there. I think he's waiting for me to finish so I can let him out. You'll just have to wait a minute, waiting. And then this is just the edge of another one in the background. Because it's so small, don't worry about it too much, yeah? Just as long as there's something that looks like a building in the background. And that's it for the first one, I think. Oh, we forgot the chimneys. There's one here, which is just after the beginning of that second house, a really tall one. It's got a little black thing on top. And then there's another one back here. And we mustn't forget the other roof here. Okay. Really important to put the roofs in, and I'm amazed that I was about to speed on. This is my brain. I do suffer with brain fog, so this is why I also need to have a bit of an outline before I start with you guys, because I forget things really easily. I think we're there. Okay, Can you see? Good. I'm going to have to sort the lighting out somehow because I'm tending to draw in the dark now. It gets dark here so early now. The clocks have changed, ready for winter. And I need to make sure that I need to change the lights because I'm working in the dark and I'm relying on that instead of daylight. It does change. It means you can't see very well. Right. So next, move on. Step 2. Okay, we're moving on to doing the background. So that will kind of be straight on across here. That's where the background would be. Yeah, so we're now, what we know though is that there's snow here and there's a big pile of snow here. So it's not going to be a straight line. I mean, I just drew it straight in then for you, just so that you could see that it was not straight. And then we come in and just draw some lines. Draw the road. It doesn't matter where you draw them, as though they're coming. Basically, here is the point in distance where everything is aiming for. Right, so then we just need to come in and draw. So that's why we weren't supposed to draw the bottom of houses or anything yet, because look, there's snow everywhere. Okay, so there's snow up on above all these houses. Here we go. I know you want to go out, don't you? I'll let you out in a minute. That's my Louis meowing away. Okay, so we've drawn the snow in, we've drawn our road in. I'm going to go on to the next one. I think that's all we needed to do. I mean, there's more snow patterns there, but what I know I'm coming. What I need to do is just change the picture. Oh, my mouse has stopped working. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I know I'm coming. I think this is the next one. Is it gonna come up? My computer has frozen. Oh, there we go. So the next one has come up. Just gonna let my cat out. 1 minute, everybody. Sorry about this. Want to go out? No. Oh, you don't even want to go out. He's being an annoying cat. He doesn't even want to go out. He's just talking to me. That's fine. He can talk away. Right. I just need to bring the screen back up so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Meow to you too. Right. We're going to come up and draw these trees. Yeah, I know. These dark evenings. Hey, Louis? Cold out there. He wants to go out really, but it's so cold out there. I think he's like, I want to go out, but no thanks. I'm quite glad I get less presents, i.e. mice and birds, in the winter than I do in the summer. And I even had a rat this summer, which was not pleasant. I was not warned about these things when I decided to get a cat. Right. And then I'm going to come across. So I'm literally just going in and drawing stick-shaped leaves. Draw some coming out of the sky here. Okay. And it's just literally line after line after line. Just drawing twigs and branches. Make sure that they're all uneven. Make sure that they cross over. You can see I'm really not following the picture very much at all. I do actually want that to hang quite far across, I think, because it looks good like that. And these trees come up, they almost touch that. Just trying to get it where I want it, about there, I think. But then we have to make it look crooked because obviously trees do not grow in straight lines. That would look very wrong. We're going to come up. Okay. And as we're going into that distance, we can have some, as you can see, I'm just literally drawing strands of things in the ground and I am copying the picture. The most important thing I can tell you to do is observe. So I'm coming down. I haven't drawn that line there, so I need to draw that in. And some more snowy marks here, and then the line coming down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to draw too much more on the trees, because I kind of, when I come in with the pen, that's when I'm going to take my time to do it. I don't feel the need to go in now and draw everything perfect and then go over it with a pen perfect. We've got the rough idea of where it is, so it's fine. We'll do more detail later. The next thing is all of the markings on the houses that give them detail, but what I am going to draw in is the windows, because it'd be quite easy to make mistakes in pen, and I don't. Oh, Louie's gone. He's meowing at the boys now. I don't really want a mistake on something on like the windows, because they're quite prominent, aren't they? So literally I'm drawing rectangles in. Show you there, I'm drawing rectangles. There's a little balcony on there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, what's been drawn on that sheet has been drawn digitally with beautiful straight lines, and that's because it's a digital stamp that's a straight line. We are not doing that. We are just... Oh, Louis, you are being a pest. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's got food. He's got everything he needs, and he's still meowing. So I'm doing a point up there to represent the door. You see that? I know, Louis. It's rubbish, isn't it? It's dark and it's cold and it's windy out there. I know. I can't believe how talkative he is right now. I think he's coming to say hello. You coming to say hello? You're going to walk all over the drawing? That's not good. Don't know if you can even hear him, actually. I'll find out when I go over the recording. I'm not going to edit this out, by the way. I don't edit, so whatever happens, happens. I haven't got time to go over the videos and edit, because I have a physical business where I print and make my own art gift range, and that takes up a lot of my time, and I'm just building this up from now. I am hoping this will be my future, because I have fibromyalgia and I'm trying to find something that will work. I don't want to draw that building sticking out there. I'm just going to draw in some more windows. And this is how you can adapt it yourself. Look, I'm even going to put one in there. Kind of like that. Excuse me, I also have a cold coming. And I'm trying to get all these done so that I can release them over the next few days before I get poorly with a red Rudolph nose, because I know that's going to happen. Louis, stop it. How annoying is he being? Goodness me. Okay. Right, we're going to open the door and see if he wants to go out. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to go out? I don't know if that's what he wants. I'm opening the door and he's not going out. Oh, cats and children, hey? It's never ending. Okay, and now we have to draw in little cars, which I think is kind of cute. And they're covered in snow. So there's one here. Sorry, see, the cold's coming. I've got 2 more tutorials to do. I'm on a mission. I'm going to get them done before I get this cold, because it is brewing behind the scenes, and I'm fighting it to get certain things done. And then I'll once I know they're done, I'll relax, and then I'll know that means I'm going to be ill. Wait, where was the other one? There. Not coming out of that first building, it's coming out of the second one. It doesn't look right, but I'll draw it in anyway. Like we said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just draw something that looks like a car. Yeah, there. Because it's buried in the snow anyway. And there's another one here. I think this is just piles of snow, really. This is the main car. This is the one that's covered in snow. Right. So that bit's done. I'm not worried about putting all the little markings on the walls because I'll do that when I come round with my pen again. I don't know why the mouse isn't working. It's just, see if I unplug it and plug it in again. Give me 1 second. There we are. Right, so the next level is all the snow. Again, I'm going to do that at the end with the pen because I don't want to draw all the snow and then have to go over it again. So the next thing, which is fun, is we're going to draw in the reindeer, the sleigh. So the sleigh is basically 2 scoops above the tree. Okay. Then we've got the sleigh here sticking out. Now it's all black and white, so we just need an outline that looks something like somebody in a sleigh pulling on the reins. So there's some hands, and there's like a hat, and there's some presents. There, we have it. And we'll colour that in with black pen at the end. Now, what I am going to do is draw in the reins because that will give me some kind of direction for where I want them to be. And there's 2, isn't there? And then they come in tight again. Okay, so to draw the reindeer, so we're going to have like a square bottom like that, and then they scoop, just like a scoop, pointy nose. All right, you see that? Pointy nose, a scoop. Then they come down and it's like a rectangle, the bottom, all right? And then we're just drawing very slightly some little legs. Now remember, it's going to be black, so it doesn't matter if they're in the front or the back, as long as they've got some legs. And the most important thing is to make sure we've drawn in their antlers, because we can't have, we can't have reindeer without antlers. There you go. Now they are, as I said, this is I think this is a level 4, so they are getting more tricky and more detailed as we go along. But like I said, you can put in as much detail as you want or don't want. So we're going to do the next one again. So it's like a swoop, almost like a rectangle body. Draw its head. We're going to have some feet coming that way. And then we need to do is reindeer. There we go. I mean, there's a lot on that one. There's like 4, isn't there? Let's try and get 4 in. Not sure if I will. I'll try. Right, there we go. Ooh, he doesn't look like such a happy one. I'm not sure what I've done to him. He doesn't look right. It's because I'm trying to fit in 4. Right. There we go. There's another one. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll come to the final one. So we'll come up to here with the things. So we'll do the scoop for the back. Okay. Just straight down with the bottom and a leg and another leg. A little bit of a belly. And then we can have these legs coming around like that, as though this is the one really pushing the energy forward because he's at the front. And then we come up with the neck, draw around. And then reindeer. Okay, so it looks something like reindeer. When it's filled in black, it's going to look great. Look, here you go. All right. Now we're going to draw the big moon as it's flying by. Craters. Remember, this is an illustration. I'm not in any way suggesting you can see on the moon that well on the ground. That would be a bit silly. Right. So that's all we need to do in pencil. We've done everything we need to do apart from defining the trees a bit and then putting the snow on. Now 01 and 03 are what I have. 03 is my go-to for putting the first lines in. Do you know what? I'm going to work on the trees first, I think, because that's the bit. Now what I'm doing is I'm making sure that they are thinner at the points and then are a bit thicker as they come down, as though they're coming off a tree. in the foreground. Okay. Try and make the ends pointier is what I'm trying to say. It looks nicer like that. See? And then add others on. So I am going to go over some of the ones I've done. I'm just defining it more. Trying to give it a bit more of a bit more difference in thickness, difference on where some of the stalks of the tree are going. Like we've got that thicker one there because that's going to be quite a prominent one for me. And then we will need some coming off there as well. Because as you can see on the picture, the tree is very close to where Santa and the reindeer are. Bring him round. So don't forget, please subscribe, like and follow. I mean, I am an artist that's working from home. I will sometimes get interrupted by cats and children. So hopefully you're okay with that. I am just a normal person behind the screen here. Please like, share, comment, as I've said. Let me know what you think, if there's anything else I can do. If you have any more suggestions, actually, for my monthly themes, that would be great. I mean, I've only really planned December. So December is just obviously going to be winter. So if you want to come along and comment and let me know what you'd like, I can add it in for next time, which I think would be cool. I mean, you can play around for ages with these, drawing in the tree and doing it however you want. So I've done mine for that bit. Now I'm going to draw this one in. And now I am going to add a little bit more than I have. Because at the moment, it's almost just like a stick. Okay, I'm going to draw the background one first. And then I can come over and draw the front one. And you can always just do like scribbles, really. You don't have to be drawing it neatly. I mean, it's an illustration, so nobody's going to know that you've just scribbled a few lines in. Nobody's going to be examining it close up to see your detailed tree work. Yeah, just as long as it looks like a wintry tree, it's fine. What I will do is come in with my thinner one and just do, this is a 0-1, and just do some thinner ones on the end, because they'll be where all the little branches are that would have had the leaves on. And you see it's just a bit thinner, and it's just helping to put a bit more detail in, still keeping the trees wispy, but giving some different thickness to the leaves, to the branches. I'm going to draw that one coming down like that. Like that. Okay, we've got another one over this side, haven't we? Well, we've actually got two. That's one. That's the other one. And as I said before, I'm using what I've drawn to lead the way, but I'm also adding more detail with my pen. I didn't want to waste lots of time drawing in the perfect tree and then have to go over it again with paint. I just didn't want to do that. And then go over it with the pen. So doing it twice, there's no point. Very often, sometimes the first time you do something is when it's the best. So try not to do everything twice. Go. All right. So now we're going to come in and do the houses. I'm going to just go over the line. So I am actually moving the sheet round so that I can pull the pen down towards me, and that is how you get the best straight lines. Pulling it down towards you. So always move your paper round. My paper does have holes in it because it's ready to go into my sketchbook. The paper I use this is Bristol paper made by Frisk Papers. They're available if you just Google different wholesale, different retailers. And I will be selling it myself at some point. Hopefully, I have been speaking to them. So let's see what happens. I think that will be next year's project, and I'm going to introduce the way I use sketchbooks, my chameleon sketchbooks, into the world. I've put too many lines on that window, haven't I? Oh, mine looks like a prison now. So just think about these little details as you're going along. I'm so busy talking and thinking that I can't actually focus at what I'm doing, which is why I said before I have like some kind of layout so that I don't get too confused while I'm trying to talk. Okay. So I'm just going over all the windows. And you can see now why I didn't do too much of the detail until I got to the pen bit, because there's no point just doing all that hard work and coming, unless you want, like, you like doing that, you know, fine if you have the time. But as you can see, it's already taking quite a bit of time to do it this way. There's a bit of snow on that roof, and it's come down. I'm going to swap to my smaller pen, because as we're going into the distance, it's getting harder to fit in the detail that I want to fit in, because there's less space, and these windows are getting slimmer and slimmer because they're going further and further into the background. Okay, so I'm coming back to my 3 now, because while I'm doing the snow, I don't really need the fine nib. These need to stick out, and they're in the foreground, so they can be thicker. Something just bleeped. I don't know what that was. Okay. So looking at that, we're coming on. I'm just going to use this fine pen to do some of the background. I'm going to come down this way. Now, even though it's a straight road, we can be wibbly wobbly, because obviously there's snow everywhere. So that's fine. Right, I'm just going to see what I have a fine nibbed pen in black. I don't think I do. I think this is going to have to do. So now I've got my black pen, and I'm coming in just to draw in Santa flying by, doing his fly pass. And I don't really want to colour that in using my liner pen. I think I might have a 1. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, the 1 might do it okay. 1 micron, which is like a felt pen, like a marker, but it's kind of a bit thinner still. Not as thin as the liners, but then not as fat as the markers. And again, with these reindeer in the background, you don't have to be too perfect with them, just as long as they look like reindeer in the background. Yeah, and they've got legs coming off, and it looks like they are flying. There we go. And we can draw the reins in like that. We're getting there. Drawing this one. This was the one that I was trying to squeeze in and it didn't look right. But again, it's doesn't make a difference. Once you get those antlers in as well, that makes a huge difference. Okay, and then we come to the final one, which is the one that has got the legs really bending round because it's pushing forward at the front of the row there, leading the way, putting all that energy in. Okay, there we go. So we need to make sure the reins are actually coming all the way up to the front as well. We need to use the pen to draw the sleigh bottom. And then we can come in and draw the sun. So we need to go back to our 03 pen to come in. You don't, again, does not need to be a perfect circle. This is an illustration. Just have fun with it. These are perfect for sketchbooks. Great for greetings cards. You know, a lot of people, you can draw like these designs and then copy them and do multiple designs. But then you can colour them in separately. Okay, so I'm pretty comfortable with everything that I've got so far. So I'm going to rub out all the pencil that's on here, because to me it kind of gets in the way when I want to do the final details. And I can see clearly where I haven't been with the pen. So first of all, let's get my 03. So straight away I can see that I haven't drawn that wall in for that house. And I'm going to get my 01 because we're coming in and we're putting tiny details into roofs. Hold that paper down. Into the walls. Just going round really and just putting lines in. Can you see that? They're just lines. Little dashes and dots and things, just to give some impression of detail. Maybe there could be bricks there, we don't know. Yeah, so just especially on this wall here because it's very, very blank. Yep, just put them in anywhere, it's fine, because as I said, it's just, see, I missed a bit of the roof there. This is why I like to rub it out and then come back in, because you really can see where you've gone and missed a bit. It's easy to miss a bit, especially when we're doing work that's as detailed as this. So, yep, coming in. We need to kind of do little ripples on top of the roof, actually, to show that there's a bit more snow on those other little roofs. I've done that as well. I've kind of done as much detail as I want. You can keep going. You could go as mad as you like. It's fine. I know that that's where I want to leave it. I'm just going to draw some more lines in for the snow where the edge is. I'm not too worried about doing anything much different there. Yeah, I think we're nearly there and I can just start drawing the snow in now. So for the snow, I'm just going to use my 01 and all I'm going to do is just dot snow around. They're tiny little circles. Try not to do them in rows because your brain will want to have them perfectly in rows. You can maybe even scoop them up and have little groups of them. Go over your drawing. Don't be afraid to go over those buildings, over those trees, because the snow is in front after all and is kind of on the trees, you know, there isn't actually any on there. Let's draw some on, some little scoops of snow. There we go. And this is why I've done this in pen in the final and not actually, you know, you can dot around as well. Not actually gone over the pen, done it in pencil and then going over little tiny circles like that in pen would drive me crazy. You just want to draw them and be done, don't you? So I'm doing that. Right, and then I'm going to get the pen that I had a minute ago. Where's my, there it is, Micron. And I'm just going to come in and draw some nice dots with that one, because I might just draw little groups with that one. Okay, and I think we're done. So hope you enjoyed that. Please do subscribe, like, follow, comment, all those things. I am a new channel. This is only my 3rd proper month of doing these topics, so I'm loving it, and I'm going to carry on doing it for as long as I possibly can. And it would really help for you to watch my videos, like or comment on them, join my membership, and I can keep going on and on forever and ever, hopefully. So take care, have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.